So some of you guys may have heard of Warmoth. Warmoth is a really cool company that lets you build custom guitar parts that you can build into your very own dream guitar. So I've used this website quite a few times over the years, but actually never ordered something yet. But I have kind of manifested a new dream guitar, if you will, that I want to share with you guys today. So the first thing that we're going to do is choose the guitar body. We have a lot of choices here. I personally am a fan of Super Strats. So I like to go with the soloist body. It's basically like a Strat, but the wings of the body, I guess you'd say, are a little bit longer, I think is the main difference there. And next you get to choose your wood. So this is something that I've researched a lot. I think basswood is actually a wood that I like a lot for bodies. I like a mid-heavy tone, and I also like a light wood, and basswood has both of those. And flame maple for the top is always a favorite of mine. And next you get to choose your pickups. So this is actually just the pickup mounts. I like to go for a 2 humbucker design, and I like the wood mount because that way you don't have that ring. I think it looks much nicer, much cleaner. And I like a volume knob and a tone knob, and then we have the 5-way switch. Next you get to choose the bridge type. I always like a Floyd Rose. Been using Floyd Rose for probably over a decade now, and I still love them. And this is a really cool step where we start to get into the aesthetics. We get to choose the binding around the body. They actually have a lot of cool options. Perloid is really cool. We could take a look at that right there. You see it surrounds the body. The natural masked is really nice as well. They have a lot of other cool options, but I'm gonna go with the Perloid. That is my favorite. I think it's really, really beautiful. And here we get into the real fun part. For me, the most fun part, where we actually get to choose the finish. We get to paint this guy and get to see it painted in this really, really nice graphic that they have here. So I'll show you guys some options. You can just have something clear, just, a natural wood finish like that. You can have a transparent solid color, something like this, which is also really nice because especially if you have a top, you can just let that top shine through. You can have a burst finish, which is also really, really cool. That kind of has that fading effect to it. This was definitely tempting to me to go for one of these, but at the end, I really, really, really love this washed blue dye color. The washed blue is supposed to be similar to, I guess, the color of like blue jeans, but to me it just looks beautiful. I don't think of jeans when I see it. Something else that has changed in my tastes over the years is whether to go for a gloss or satin finish. I always thought that gloss finishes were really cool looking, and that's like the beautiful kind of guitar that I wanted. But as I got used to the Ibanez that I've been playing, I really grown to love the feel of just this matte top where my arm is not sticking to it or anything like that. And I think it stays cleaner that way too, or at least it appears to. So satin finish is actually what I like for a top these days. And then for the back finish, we have transparent blue or candy blue. The candy blue would be a solid color, so I'm going for transparent because I always like to see some of the wood grain, even though I don't think the wood grain on basswood is anything particularly impressive to look at, but I still prefer it to just a solid finish. Now for my pickups, I haven't completely decided yet, but they only give you the option of Seymour Duncan pickups to actually order from the Warmoth website. So I'll just throw some basic trembuckers in there, give you guys an appearance, just so we see it looking like a guitar. But I have to do a lot of research to decide on what pickups I actually want. As for the knobs, also I would custom order these because I really like they have some knobs that have a abalone inlay in them on the top, which is really beautiful. But in the meantime, we are going to begin the gold hardware with gold knobs. And of course, the gold Floyd Rose. Beautiful. Add treb cover. Well, can we choose a magnetic one? Let's see. Oh, I don't say magnetic one. Make sure you guys check out my video on that. And there you have it. There's the body. So we see 665 before we get to the hardware. And then with the hardware, we're at around 1100 right now. And all that's left is to have the neck. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. I'm trying to put up a lot more guitar content onto this channel. Got a lot of cool ideas ready to go. So please do that if you want to help support the channel. Anyway, the first thing that we're going to choose when it comes down to choosing the neck, of course, is the headstock. So I like the pointier style headstock. Nothing super crazy, but I think this arcade is the one that I prefer to go for. It's kind of like a Jackson style headstock. First thing we choose is the construction style. Pretty much just choosing like your scale length. I'm just going for a modern tilt back, and you can choose your wood. So I really like flame maple, and for years flame maple was just what I wanted to go for, but lately I've become a real fan of not only the appearance but the benefits of roasted flame maple. And roasted flame maple, it's cooked to get out, from what I've heard, a lot of moisture and impurities, which supposedly makes it a lot more rigid and a lot more resistant to climate changes. And we're going to have a matching roasted flame maple fretboard right there. Now for the profile, I've really become very used to that wizard profile. I really like a thin neck. My hands are on the smaller side, so that helps too. You can see you can find more information on the various profiles right here. The radius. So Warmoth has some pretty cool options for the radius. You can actually have three different kinds of compound radii, which means that the radius is flatter towards the bridge, where towards the nut is more rounded. So it gives you an idea here. By the way, if you were wondering what radius refers to, it's basically like taking the curvature of the top of the fretboard and making it into an entire circle, and then the radius of that circle is what that radius is measured by. So the higher the number, the flatter the radius, and then if you have a completely flat neck, the radius would be infinite because it can't actually form a circle. So I actually like 12/16, but I'm pretty sure if I choose 12 to 16, they don't give me an option for, let's see, is it the 24 frets? They cut off something else, but yeah, 24 frets is a must for me. Anyway, the fret size. So I like jumbo. There it gives you the information as to which is which. And now for the inlays, the other most important aesthetic portion of the neck. So here they show you all the options that they have. I really like of these options, just basic dots with abalone, I think, and that's what it's going to look like right there. I really love the look of abalone dots on a maple fretboard. My maple would be a little bit darker since it's roasted maple, so it's something like that. Roasted maple tends to vary in color anyway. And lastly, the finish. I like a satin finish. It just has that really nice smooth feel that is very matte. It's not glossy, not sticky. And then when we have the total, only $588 for the neck. And that completes my Warmoth mock for this video. The total cost of all of this is under $2,000. That's kind of insane considering it's completely custom, pretty much exactly what I want. And I actually kind of have the money for this now, but I think I'm going to hold off for a little while. But I really wanted to show you guys because I've been quite excited about this for a while. Let me know down in the comments what kind of dream guitar you would build on a website like Warmoth, or maybe something you've already built you can let me know about as well. And make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more content like this.